And he just kind of offered it as something that would be relaxing for me or something to try.
I got caught up in it 10 years ago when I first started learning about it. I was like, that's interesting.
It's classic wet shaving, a ritualistic practice that has re-emerged in many parts of the world in recent years. You may not be familiar with it, but it's all over the internet, in places like YouTube.
And that's kind of what started it, stumbling across some random YouTube video. I don't even remember exactly. It probably was either Geo Fatboy or Mantic59.
Mantic59, also known as the Sharpologist, has been making videos since 2007. His videos have more than 1 million views.
After they get into it, I kind of keep them into it with what I call kind of the shave nerd kind of content, the enthusiast content with reviews and tutorials that are a little more advanced than the beginner and things like that.
Harvard researchers have identified the relationship between scents and memories. The variety of scents available in various wet shaving products may be what draws people into this life.
When you smell this, it's like a mixture of coffee and chocolate. It's absolutely stunning.
There's so many different scents out there, like citrus, barbershop, like musky notes, clean notes, dirty notes. There's so many different scents that evoke different emotions.
New scents come out, or like I said, you meet a different artisan, or you become more familiar with a different artisan, or you read a review and you're like, ooh, I really want to try that base, and that's it.
It seems to be almost a historical or family kind of thing where they bring back memories of their childhood, maybe their father or their grandfather shaving in the bathroom and them at their knee, and it kind of brings back a simpler time, a more pleasant time for them, and that's been a motivation for a fair chunk of the audience.
It's not only the nostalgic aromas that get these people hooked. Some become energized when they wield such sharp instruments.
Grabbing a safety razor and having to manipulate those very tiny, luxurious blades gets your heart going a little bit.
It's like driving a sports car. Driving a Lamborghini is a much more enjoyable experience than driving a Honda Accord.
It's like an ooh la la, and you feel badass doing it.
There's an aspect of danger to it. The Lamborghini has a powerful engine, and the safety razor has a sharp edge. It's really sharp. It's one of the sharpest things on the planet.
When that razor just hits your face and just glides smoothly, it's just a feeling that you want more each day.
And scores of artisans and retailers have popped up to meet this demand. For these wet shavers, getting a fix is just a click away.
It's small companies that are getting started, and they're catching a niche in this wet shaving community. These little companies are popping up, and they're becoming big companies.
And shavers are shelling out big bucks for razors.
I would never have paid, maybe 5 years ago, $150 for a razor, but I paid a couple of them. I've done that a few times now.
If you enjoy this way shaving, you just spend money.
Once you get into it, there's also that rabbit hole where you could spend thousands of dollars into it.
We don't talk about the rabbit hole. They call it the rabbit hole. Hobbyists loading up on razors, soaps, brushes, and scents. In many cases, gathering enough supplies to last them for years.
It never ends, and my wife calls me a hoarder.
New scents come out, or like I said, you meet a different artisan, or you become more familiar with a different artisan, or you read a review and you're like, ooh, I really want to try that base, and that's it.
It's an addiction.
An obsession. A way of life that leaves you looking and feeling so damn good.
I missed that for the last 3 days. There's the burn.
You're watching The Shave. Don't forget to subscribe and follow The Shave on our social media platforms.